Now in 4 News Now at 6, Spokane Valley crews are seeing a surge in emergency calls, with some of them tied to suspected arson. How the department is managing the growing demand and making sure help is available when crews are stretched thin.
I'm tracking cooler, wetter weather in the first alert forecast. I'll let you know when to expect the rain and show you where we could see some thunderstorms.
We're getting laser.
Plus, a man is arrested for shining lasers at a sheriff's helicopter. We'll show you why that puts lives at risk and can lead to serious prison time. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. We begin with breaking news tonight and a live look at I-90 and Park Road traffic cameras in Spokane Valley, where you can see there's quite the backup there. Traffic has slowed to a crawl near the Sprague Avenue exit, and this is because of a crash. So anyone heading in that direction is going to want to take Sprague or Trent to avoid this traffic on I-90. We will update you as soon as the crash has been cleared.
Well, fire departments across Spokane County say they're busier than ever this summer, and it's difficult for firefighters to keep up with the number of calls. If it seems like there have been an unusual amount of fires breaking out, you'd be right. Spokane Valley Fire says it responded to more calls last month than ever before.
Yeah, Spokane Fire says it's also responding to more fires than in previous years, especially brush fires. Derek Strom spoke with local fire agencies about the stress that they're under.
Can make their response times longer.
This isn't just in the city alone. This is a county-wide issue. Spokane Valley, Fire District 9, Fire District 8, Fire District 10, they've all been experiencing quite a few suspicious fires.
A record number of calls are being made to fire departments in our area this summer, and resources are stretched thin. Spokane Valley says it got the most calls it's ever seen in a month over July.
And when you're going from one incident to another in 80, 90, 100 degree temperature, and with helping out with Fire District 8, Fire District 9 with auto and mutual aid that we have with all the other jurisdictions, we stay really busy.
That includes responding to brush fires like this one near Coyote Rock in Spokane Valley over the weekend, where investigators believe it was arson. Spokane Fire has reported some intentionally set fires as well, which creates a much bigger workload for investigators.
Typically, we got Spokane Police Department, and we'll get the DNRs, or two of our major players with investigations. So once again, it's not just one agency. These are multiple agencies putting resources into these incidents.
Many local fire departments have agreements in place to send their firefighters when other fire agencies need them. That's something that's come in handy for many departments, so their firefighters aren't overworked. Firefighters in Spokane have responded to nearly 60% more brush fires this year compared to last year. Spokane Fire says community support and vigilance has been extremely helpful this summer in spotting fires. It's encouraging everyone to call in if they see fire or smoke so they can respond to it quickly. Live in Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Derek, thank you. And investigators believe at least 15 fires were started by this woman, 44-year-old Sarah Beal. She was arrested on Saturday for starting multiple fires along the Spokane River in Spokane Valley. And according to investigators, she was found with pillow stuffing and matches in her purse. And that's also what fire investigators found where these fires started. While in court today, the prosecutor noted that she's been accused of arson before, but pleaded those charges down to reckless burning. She will be back in court on the 19th.
Well, Washington voters have until 8 o'clock tonight to drop off their ballots for the primary election. One measure we're keeping an eye on is Spokane Valley's Proposition 1. If approved, it would raise the city's sales tax by 0.1%, bringing it up to an even 9%. That money would fund 10 new police officers. The city says it needs to fund at least 20 positions in the police department to meet the valley's public safety needs. We're also tracking Spokane Fire District 8's EMS levy. This levy passed back in April, but needs to be voted on again because of a filing error. If approved, the levy would help fund 2 additional paramedics. We'll have early results from tonight's vote on Nightside starting at 11. And be sure to download the 4 News Now app and turn on those push notifications to get these results sent straight to your phone. And if you haven't dropped off your ballot yet, you can head to KXLY.com to find a drop box near you.
Well, two families are mourning the loss of their 17-year-old boys who died in a car crash early Monday in Stevens County. According to the Spokane Tribal Police, the teens were driving on Ford Wellpennant Road right near Ford. The car veered off the road and down a 25-foot embankment and then hit a tree. The names of the victims have not been released, but both boys were students at Wellpennant High School.
Well, the U.S. Marshals Service is now offering a $10,000 reward for any information that will help investigators find the man who allegedly killed 4 people in a bar in Montana. Police are searching for 45-year-old Michael Brown. He's accused of shooting these 4 people inside of the Owl Bar in Anaconda on Friday. The state's attorney general says personnel from 38 local, state, and federal agencies are searching Anaconda's Garrity Mountain for Brown. Montana's governor also approved emergency funding to make sure he's found.
Once found, I have no doubt that the Montana Department of Justice will prosecute this killer to the full extent of the law to bring justice to those grieving the loss of a loved one and solace to members of the Anaconda community.
Now, local officials urge everyone to be patient and not to believe or spread unverified information online. All right, cooler, wetter weather is on the way.
Yeah, let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast.
Yes, and on Wednesday, we do have at least a slight chance of rain all day. It's not going to amount to much in the morning, maybe a sprinkle or two. Things pick up a little bit in the afternoon, and then we're back to just some very hit and miss showers. There's more wet weather, however, on the way for Thursday, and boy, do we need it. It has been a bone dry summer. You've heard about the fire drama already. On June, we only had 0.13 of an inch of rain. Our average is well over an inch. In July, we only had 7/10 of an inch of precipitation. We average close to a ½ inch, although July is our driest month. It's not that dry, and we haven't had anything yet in August. Year to date, we are running more than 2.5 inches below average, so we are in need of that precipitation. And one final graphic to drive home why we want to root for some wet weather. The drought monitor, when it updated on Thursday, has Spokane and Coeur d'Alene in severe drought, parts of the central panhandle in exceptional drought. The entire region is at least abnormally dry. I will be back to let you know how much rain we can expect this week in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Listen up, drivers. You can expect delays while driving on Highway 195 near Pullman. Right now, there are lane reductions on 195 between Babbitt Road and Highway 27. Crews are currently working to repave a 7-mile stretch of the road there. Work is expected to take place Mondays through Fridays until late September.
All roads are back open near the Spokane Airport after a multi-car crash that happened this morning. It was at the intersection of Spotted Road and Airport Road right around 8 a.m. One of those cars rolled onto its side. Emergency responders say 3 people were taken to the hospital, but they did not release any more specifics about injuries or who was at fault.
Well, tonight is National Night Out Against Crime. It's a special night when millions of neighborhoods across the country come together to build stronger bonds with law enforcement and create safer and more caring communities for everyone.
And Alexandra Konyarts is live for us in downtown Spokane, where one of the many local gatherings is happening tonight. Alexandra.
Yeah, that's right, Kirsten. We're right here on Wall Street, right in between Spokane Falls and Maine, where this area has been closed off for Night Out Against Crime. There's law enforcement officers here to interact with the community. There's free food. There's some games, which you can see right here. So a lot of different fun activities for the family and also great learning opportunities. Now, right now I'm joined by Pia Hallenberg, who is the chair for the Riverside Neighborhood Council. Now, Pia, you told me this is set up like a block party. Can you tell me why you guys decided to do that?
Yes, so when we started doing Night Out Against Crime a couple of years ago, we decided that we were going to do more of a block party instead of the traditional dinner at someone's house type of thing. And we did that because we want people to come out of their apartments and come down here and meet their neighbors.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And you've been doing this for 8 years now, I believe you said?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so after all that time, what is it to you that really stands out about this event?
What stands out about this event is the variety of people that we get, because we really get people who work here, people who are just coming through, and people who live here, and we get lots of kids. And the most fun thing is when the kids come to sit in the police cruisers or when the big fire truck comes by or whatever. I just love that.
Yeah, I agree. So really a lot, like Pia said, there's just so many different activities to enjoy here, and there's night outs against crime happening all across the county. You can just get outside and see if there's one happening near you, or you can check out our website to find a list of the sponsored events that are happening throughout the city of Spokane. And the one here in downtown will be happening until 7 p.m. tonight. For now, reporting live, Alexandra Conyards, sending it back to you.
All right, Alexandra, we see one of those kids in a wagon behind you. I bet he's looking for one of those cruisers to get inside and see the sirens.
For sure,
all right, hear them. Thank you, Alexandra. Well, still ahead, the House Oversight Committee is issuing subpoenas for the full unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files.
Well, the latest on the push for answers and the big political names that could be forced to testify. But how about this? Over 300 table tennis players representing over 40 countries are swarming to the Inland Northwest this week. Coming up, what makes this first-time event at the podium so unique.
If you saw that part of the Spokane River was red today, don't worry, that was supposed to happen. I'll tell you why red dye was added to the water and how it's helping keep the river clean.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now's Get Outside Guide is brought to you by Click It RV.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier.
My air conditioner was not working. All I needed was a replacement sequencer. I called another company and they wanted to replace the unit for over $10,000. I was so glad I listened to my neighbor who recommended I get a second opinion from Andy's.
Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
Grab your sunscreen. Free Swim Fridays are back every Friday in June, July, and August at City of Spokane Valley Pools. Families swim free thanks to Numerica Credit Union and Spokane Parks Foundation.
Some of the best summer memories happen by the pool. Numerica's excited for families to soak up the sun without worrying about the cost.
Every Friday at all 3 Spokane Valley Pool locations, kids and adults can swim for free at open swim sessions.
I did it!
We'll see you there.
Hot Tub, Hot Tub, Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2025 inventory. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2025 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
How would you like a brand new, sporty, and efficient new Honda while saving thousands using Findlay Honda Spokane employee pricing? Backed by popular demand, it's the 48-hour flash sale at Findlay Honda Spokane,
where we are marking down over 48 new and used vehicles to sell fast. Plus, during this 48-hour sale, you get to pay what our Findlay Honda Spokane employees pay.
This week at Findlay Honda Spokane.
Did you know Fred's Appliance has been family-owned locally since 1962? Come check out what's in stock and on sale across all Samsung appliances at Fred's Appliance. Shop exclusive deals on Samsung dishwashers, washers and dryers, refrigerators, and so much more. Like this Samsung washer and dryer set. Save $600 today. At Fred's, our get-it-today inventory and lowest price guarantee makes us the most convenient choice. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
Well, this is not what the Spokane River normally looks like. That's because scientists from the Spokane County Wastewater Treatment Facility added some red dye to the river.
While it may not look like it, this dye is actually helping make the river cleaner. Madeline Mullins explains how.
This red river is nothing to be alarmed by.
It's fascinating watching it kind of like disperse out and just, watching how the river absorbs things.
This red dye is part of a study being done at the Spokane County Regional Water Reclamation Facility. The dye is added to the treated wastewater here, and once it flows into the Spokane River, shows how the two waters mix. and that's what scientists want to track.
Where does it mix in? How fast does it mix? What zones are going to be impacted the most before it's fully diluted?
From there, scientists are able to see how the treated wastewater impacts certain parts of the river.
So they'll look at this and see if there's any harmful impacts that we might be having, especially in those acute mixing zones for things like plant life that lives here or fish.
These results go to the Department of Ecology and determine if the wastewater is clean enough to continue to be dumped into the river.
So that basically tells us what we can discharge into the river as far as nutrients, pollutants, metals, things like that.
This is the second time in 15 years that the Spokane County Regional Water Reclamation Facility has done this study, so many people came by to check it out.
I saw this come up and we were like, let's go check this out because, interested in what's happening, how they do it, why they do it, all the chemicals that might, be involved or not involved.
The dye used is not harmful to any people, plants, or animals that use the river. And scientists say this study will make the river cleaner.
I'm absolutely for it. I think it's clean water is 100% important for our community, and I'm just 100% in support of making sure that we have a healthy environment.
This dye dilutes from the water just a few hours after it's added, and the results of this study will be available in the coming months. In Spokane County, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Your evening forecast. Temperatures still in the 80s at 7 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. We'll be in the 60s by 11. Cooler, wetter weather on the way for the next couple of days. I'll explain next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Honda.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. King of the Cage, live Thursday, September 25th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
That's Montana Sapphire from Phillipsburg, Montana.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck?
Get real results.
Get Russell and Hill.
I was hit by an intoxicated driver. I came upon Russell and Hill, and it was really, really great to have an expert working for me. I got more than I was expecting, significantly more than what insurance was originally telling me I would get. I would absolutely recommend Russell and Hill.
Russell and Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for Best in Class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
All across America.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Man, it's good to be home.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together and brighten your morning.
Well, welcome back in. We are preparing for some rain, some real rain.
Yeah, and we really need it, Chris. I know you've been stressing that for a while now.
Yes, and preparing for rain, real rain. It's in the Northwest August rain, so it's not going to be a gully washer, but we will take what we can get. Right now, it is dry and relatively cool. Temperatures today have been about 5 degrees below average. It's 82 in Spokane right now with partly cloudy skies, 84 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Will be even cooler tomorrow. Here are 4 things to know about your weather Possibility of showers on Wednesday. On Thursday, a better chance of some thunderstorm activity in the morning and then again in the late afternoon and evening. High temperatures will be in the mid-70s both days. Then we start warming up and drying out as we head into a warm, sunny, wonderful weekend. Starting off our forecast radar at 5 a.m. with some wet weather moving across the Cascades, and we do have the chance of light rain all day in Spokane, but tomorrow morning likely just a sprinkle or two, and then a little bit better chance of some wet weather once we get into the noon hour. In the afternoon, more spotty precipitation, some mountain thunderstorms possible, especially up along the Canadian border. And then Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we bring back the chance of some thunderstorms. A little difficult to pinpoint at this time. And then Thursday evening, another round of some convection. Now, pinpointing how much precipitation we're going to get out of this system has been a moving target and really depends on where we see those thunderstorms developing. In general, the higher precipitation totals are going to be in North Idaho and up along the Canadian border and in the mountain areas, but we will be able to dial in on that a little more clearly as we get closer to time. This takes us through Thursday evening, and then we should see even more precipitation Thursday night into very early Friday morning. Right now we have a ridge of high pressure in place. We're watching this area of low pressure sinking down out of the Gulf of Alaska. That's going to bring those showers and isolated thunderstorms. Takes us through Thursday at 4 p.m. It's also going to keep our temperatures below average at least through Friday, closer to average Saturday, and then finally we are into the 90s. The beginning of next week with above average temperatures. Summer is not over yet, but it may feel a little bit like a fall preview at times on Wednesday and Thursday, especially when that rain starts falling. And good time to download that 4 News Now First Alert weather app so you can track those thunderstorms on Thursday. Make sure that you know when they're near you, Derek.
All right. Good idea, Chris. Thank you. The U.S. Coast Guard released a report on the Titan submersible implosion today, calling it preventable.
All 5 people on board were killed. CNN's Michael Yoshida breaks down the report's key findings, including possible criminal activity.
The United States Coast Guard releasing its findings on the Titan submersible, which imploded during a June 2023 dive to the Titanic, killing 5 people. The 335-page report is based on information from public hearings over 2 weeks last September.
One of the days he was crying on my shoulder. It's going to take too long and way too expensive.
According to the report, the deaths were, quote, preventable, and responsibility for the implosion lies largely at the feet of OceanGate, the operator of the Titan. The Coast Guard describes a, quote, toxic workplace culture, as well as an inadequate design, certification, maintenance, and inspection process. This video showing when OceanGate employees heard a bang at the moment of implosion. According to the report, it took more than 7 hours for authorities to be notified the Titan was missing. 4 days later, the wreckage was found. Investigators laying out a dozen reasons for the disaster, including a failure to investigate after significant damage to the carbon fiber hull during previous dives. The report also details efforts to avoid regulatory scrutiny.
He said I would buy a congressman and make basically the problems would go away.
The Coast Guard says OceanGate CEO and pilot of the Titan, Stockton Rush, may have been subject to criminal liability if he had survived. OceanGate, which has suspended operations, releasing a statement offering condolences to the families of those lost. In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida.
A longtime Spokane Valley thrift store just shut its doors for good.
Why the Salvation Army says the tough decision could help keep vital programs running for years to come. And traveling with kids can be tough, but TSA is making some changes to help. We'll show you how new family-friendly updates could make getting through security a whole lot easier.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wendell Motors.
The Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival is coming to Spokane. Join us for a weekend of culinary delights, all built around food and wine. Tickets can be purchased via the Experiences tab on the Davenport Hotels Collections website. The festival is brought to you by these sponsors.
At Parker Toyota, Toyota trucks aren't just vehicles, they're a tradition built on performance, reliability, and unmatched durability. That legacy lives on in every new Tundra and Tacoma. Powered by innovation, loaded with advanced technology, and ready for whatever the Northwest brings.
The same high standards that built these legendary trucks guide our customer service, because tradition isn't just preserved, it's lived.
Toyota trucks, built for generations at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hi, I'm Matt Gray with 4 News Now. For families with young children, here are some tips that can teach them about money and how it works.
Use a glass jar for each account so kids can see how their allowance can grow. 70% can go into the savings jar, 20% towards a spending jar, and 10% can be used for gifting to a charity or a person in need. Using coins or dollar bills, talk with your young child about how to set up accounts to help them manage their money.
There are lots of great ways to teach your kids about money. For more tips, go to becu.org.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2025 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
The Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival is coming to Spokane. Join us for a weekend of culinary delights, all built around food and wine. Tickets can be purchased via the Experiences tab on the Davenport Hotels Collections website. The festival is brought to you by these sponsors.
Around the Northwest on your screen now are pictures of damage left behind by an arsonist at an ice facility in Yakima. The Department of Homeland Security says along with that fire, someone threw a rock at one of the facility's windows. No one was hurt as far as we know. DHS says it's unclear whether the ICE agents were the target of this attack. The department also says the number of assaults against ICE agents has gone up by 830% recently.
Well, around the nation, the House Oversight Committee sent out subpoenas today concerning the Jeffrey Epstein case that includes asking for the department to hand over their files.
And it's also requesting testimony from several people, including former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
A subpoena issued for the Department of Justice, with House Republican James Comer saying he wants the full, complete, and unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files turned over.
This is basically Congress taking the driver's seat and saying that we are going to demand these files. They're asking the administration to respond by August 19th.
Comer, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, sending the subpoena to Attorney General Pam Bondi, writing it's imperative that Congress conduct oversight of the federal government's enforcement of sex trafficking laws generally, and specifically its handling of the investigation and prosecution of Mr. Epstein and his longtime business partner, Ghislaine Maxwell. The Republican-controlled committee is also issuing subpoenas for former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to appear before the committee in the fall, and 8 former top law enforcement officials in the weeks before.
I think that what remains now is the question is, how will the Justice Department respond? They are very typical to really be protective over their investigative holdings. This will be something that we could see result in a really interesting court fight.
Trump speaking out about the files last month.
I don't understand what the interest or what the fascination is. I really don't. And the credible information's been given.
The Trump administration is now considering publicly releasing transcripts from Maxwell's interview with the Justice Department in July, according to multiple sources. Maxwell's meetings with the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche took place for 9 hours over 2 days.
There were a lot of questions, and we went all day. And she answered every one of them. She never just said, I'm not going to answer, never declined. You know, this is the first time the government has asked questions.
Sources tell ABC News that the public release of the transcripts from Maxwell's interview could come as soon as this week. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, flying with kids just got a little easier.
Yeah, we'll show you the new program being tested across the country to try to make getting through security less stressful.
And a Spokane County helicopter crew hit by a laser in midair. Why deputies say what may seem harmless on the ground could be putting lives at risk in the sky. Next on 4 News Now.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
This is the Northwest, and this is the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid.
Engineered for adventure, the all-new Forester Hybrid offers enhanced fuel efficiency, upgraded driver assist technology, and the new 360-degree surround view monitor. From rain to snow, city to summit, the Subaru Forester keeps you confidently in control, loaded with advanced features and legendary reliability.
Celebrate the Subaru A Lot to Love event now through September 2nd at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
I just turned 37 and I found a lump. By the time that I had it checked out and was able to get in and see a doctor and all that, I was at stage 3. Part of the reason I think that I didn't go get it checked out right away is that I was really scared. When I got the call, it was gone. It was such a huge relief. Even if you don't feel that it's in you, that you have a lump or you have a reason to get checked, you are a woman, get checked.
Welcome to Olympus Living, where compassionate care meets vibrant living. Choose your independent lifestyle with our spacious 2-bedroom, 2-bath cottages. Our tower apartments offering 1 or 2-bedroom options and lovely views. Or main floor assisted living studios for those who need more advanced care. Our retirement communities provide personalized support, beautiful surroundings, and activities that enrich our residents. We're reinventing retirement. Find out how at OlympusLivingSV.com.
Backed by popular demand, it's a 48-hour sale at Findlay Honda Spokane.
Where you get to save thousands on all new and used vehicles and pay what our Findlay Honda Spokane employees pay. This week on 3rd Street, downtown Spokane.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Joyce Beach.
Joyce is a tireless leader at the Cusick Food Pantry, guiding a team of volunteers and dedicating her own time and resources to feed people in her community.
It's good for the soul. You're doing something for somebody else and you're expecting nothing in return. Greet everybody with a smile. Glad you're here.
Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
I hope for people that choose to watch my forecast on Good Morning Northwest is as you're making your plans for the day, you know what's coming up for your day and how to plan it, and that you have a little bit of fun on the way.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We're getting lasered.
A dangerous situation in the sky Friday night when a green laser beamed straight at a Spokane County Sheriff's helicopter. One man was arrested, but this poses a serious risk to the Air One flight crew.
Yeah, and their ability to keep our community safe. It even grounded other emergency resources in the sky nearby. Hunter Bertram asked the Air One crew how they navigate to safety in these dangerous situations.
Almost 2 decades ago, volunteer pilot Don Cressy left the armed forces and started flying for the Spokane County Sheriff's Office.
We're out there basically performing a public service. We're trying to help out the public in Spokane and surrounding counties.
Helping keep us safe from the sky. But one reckless act jeopardizes that.
Can we get Unit 2 towards 7-4 North Ledgerwood? We're getting lasered.
Patrolling North Spokane late Friday night, a green laser strikes Air One. Deputies found the suspected home and arrested Ernest Donlin on felony charges.
It's just time for them to exercise a little self-control and realize that those aren't toys.
Shining a laser at any aircraft can lead to a fine upwards of $50,000. However, the bigger issue is that it can seriously harm the people working to protect our communities.
And when that laser hits the
the helicopter, it can take over the entire windshield of it, turning it whatever color that laser may be.
When that happens, we effectively can't see outside the aircraft anymore. We got tactical flight officers here that have had incurred eye injuries from laser strikes from people shining lasers at us from the ground.
He says they're trained to look down in the cockpit and away from the laser if this happens.
And it's also disorienting as well.
Once they notice a laser targeting them in the sky, they report it to air traffic. Cressy tells me if other emergency services are in the air nearby, they're sent away, including life-saving resources.
Everybody from life flight to airliners to, the Air Force, other aircraft in the area. So it's general hazard to aviation, and it's something we take very seriously.
Gear aboard the helicopter also enables them to track down who did it easily. In Spokane Valley, Hunter Bertram for News Now.
All right, let's send things over to Chris Crocker now with a look at that first alert forecast.
Well, temperatures today running a little below average. May not have felt like it because we were in the 80s in many locations, but we are still in the hottest time of the year from a climatology standpoint. Our average high is 87. Did get to 90 in Lewiston. We're going to see a lot more 70s on the map tomorrow. In fact, here's a look at the highs for Wednesday. Quite a drop. 74 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 76 in Pullman and St. Mary's, 86 in Lewiston, also in the 80s in the Tri-Cities and Missoula, but otherwise it is going to be 70s right around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Temperatures ranging from 71 in Spirit Lake to the mid-70s through the I-90 corridor, including downtown Spokane and Spokane Valley, 76 tomorrow in Meade. Meanwhile, hour by hour, your forecast, we do have a chance of some light rain in the morning. That picks up as we get into the noon hour, and then only a slight chance of showers with a high of 74 degrees as we get into the late afternoon and evening. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast, Kirsten.
We'll see you then, Chris. The Salvation Army sold its Spokane Valley thrift store. This facility served both as a storefront and a storage facility, leaving a community without a resource and an organization with one fewer property. This map on your screen shows which location we're talking about. And while that storefront and facility are sold as two different lots, they're located side by side off of Sprague and Skipworth Road in the valley. Alexandra Cohen-Yarts explains what's driving this decision.
Nothing but a big and empty building here at what used to be the Salvation Army's thrift store in Spokane Valley. The organization says closing this was not easy, but a decision they felt was needed in response to the turbulent economic climate we are currently in.
These are difficult times coming out of COVID. All nonprofits are really stretched to the limit.
Times that have led to an increase in minimum wage, inflation, and less funding coming in. The Salvation Army says those are just some of the reasons for this move. But on top of that, the organization says its Spokane Valley store was not performing as well as this one in Spokane.
So this was a strategic move in order to move some of the funds from the sale of that building into capital reserve accounts so that we could make sure that we could keep our programs running long term.
The Salvation Army says these buildings were sold for roughly $2 million, money it plans to put back into more vital resources offered in Spokane, such as Sally's House, a foster shelter for children, and the organization's other shelter programs.
Every year moving forward, these are important funds that will help us to weather this difficult season.
The Salvation Army did not answer how many people lost their jobs, but says some were given different opportunities within the organization. In Spokane Valley, Alexandra Cohen-Yarts, 4 News.
Well, take a look at this video from last week. A single can of beans on an empty, bare shelf at Meals on Wheels emergency food pantry. This small but mighty resource is a critical way for the hundreds of seniors who come to the organization center daily to take a little something extra home with them. We first showed you this story on Saturday, and what a difference a few days can make, because now, after our coverage, those pantry shelves now look like this. Meals on Wheels has received so many donations over the last 2 days that it had to set up an overflow area off to the side for them.
Both in awe and humbled to see the outreach of what this amazing community does to support their older adults. And so the neat part is, once we saw this, you could see the smiles and relief on the senior center members' faces as the food continued to come in.
Meals on Wheels says its dream is to continue expanding its pantry. For many of the seniors they serve, the lunch they get here is the only hot meal they have that day, making this pantry a vital way for them to take some food home. Meals on Wheels accepts non-perishable items, hygiene products, and monetary donations. Numerica Credit Union is donating $380,000 to 22 nonprofits that support kids and families across our region. In Spokane, groups like Family Promise, Second Harvest, and Vanessa Behan are among those recipients. Organizations in North Idaho and the Tri-Cities also receive support, with several receiving $100,000 multi-year grants. The president of Numerica releasing a statement reading, "We are proud to invest in organizations that care for the youth in our communities and reflect our core purpose of enhancing lives, fulfilling dreams, and building stronger communities for generations to come." Well, Eastern Washington football enters week 2 of fall camp this week.
The Eags look for better consistency this season coming up this month.
And they'll need it after a 4-8 last season, and that early road out of the gates is nothing but easy. Check out what the team had to say on their prep for 2025. Coming right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Olympus Living of the Spokane Valley. Independent and assisted living for adults 55+.
During the final days of the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row, every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. So outfitting your off-campus studio or secluded study nook is elementary. Or get 60 months no interest. But hurry, the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's Saturday morning. The sun is out, and you're back at it. Well, you're trying to be anyway.
Oh, third time's the charm.
You're hustling, mowing, and trimming lawns for $25 a yard. Respect. But why not make your money work as hard as you do? Get 3.5% APY with an Ascend checking account and let your hustle earn dividends. Visit p1fcu.org/earn to learn more.
Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2025 inventory. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2025 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of, I donated this vehicle. And that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
Setting up your star student for success is simple during the back-to-school sale at Denver Mattress. Buy any Denver Mattress brand mattress and get a second half off. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the back-to-school sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Can the Severn Stars earn big bucks for charity?
I'm confident, although now I'm not.
Or will the guys from Community run away with it?
Can we keep the money ourselves?
Yeah.
You will go immediately to hell.
New Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? ABC Wednesday.
The meteorologist who suddenly stopped his live TV forecast to warn his family, texting his wife, the storm is coming.
Sorry, I just had to text my wife.
Next, Inside Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
All right, let's give you another live look here at I-90 and Park Road traffic camera in Spokane Valley. As you can see here, traffic is back to normal now that the Sprague exit has been cleared.
And with a look at sports.
Washington State Cougars working in today's fall camp. They're focusing on the offensive side of the ball, trying to up the intensity in a pretty crowded unit before their scrimmages and regular season. The group finished 93rd in sacks allowed nationally last year, and new offensive coordinator Danny Freund and veteran offensive lineman Christian Hilborn spoke today on the importance of having those experienced big fellas leading this offensive lineman group that will need to protect well to make sure that offense keeps up their high rate of success.
That unit is all about cohesion and working together and getting calls right, and then just I think
you know, those guys are just a fun group to be around because they're so selfless and they're fun. They're good dudes, and they enjoy, you know, the locker room part. And I think the leadership part of that position is really critical too.
You know, we've had a lot of great leaders on the line while I've been here, so I've been trying to take a little bit of something from everybody.
The Cougs finish this week and next week of fall camp. They all wrap up next Friday, August 15th. The Eastern Washington Eagles also ran through fall ball today, roaring into their second week with an energetic practice out in Cheney. We caught up with head coach Aaron Best and lead running back Malik Dotson on their progress into week 2.
The fact that you don't get first downs doesn't mean that you're a bad offense. The fact that you get first downs doesn't mean necessarily you're a great offense, because really the resume's built in season. You know, you're putting together the book now, the rough draft. The final draft is really when the season comes and you start to write those real chapters.
Everybody's talking. We're talking more. Offensive line's getting there. A big shout out to Jared though. He's kind of keeping us together, and the quarterbacks as well. Same as with Nate Bell.
The Eagles keep the practice up through next week, and they're now just a week and a half from their fall scrimmage. That's at One Spokane Stadium. Now you're taking a look at the podium in downtown Spokane that's been transformed into an elite table tennis environment. Over 300 players representing 44 different countries have made their way to the Inland Northwest for a week-long table tennis experience. Both para-athletes and able-bodied players are showing out starting today. First time the venue has hosted an event in the sport, and one of the few first times that both able-bodied and para-athletes are competing alongside each other in the podium.
I think it's amazing, just because it's such a wide range of players and styles, and they got the wheelchair players and the able-bodied players. I think it's all slightly different types of games, so I think as a spectator, it's very fun to watch. Also, I think it's fun for the able-bodied players to see the para and the pair, vice versa.
The competition is open to the public on August 8th and 9th. You can find the link for ticket sales or volunteer signups on KXLY.com. And previously reported by now confirmed by Gonzaga, the Bulldogs will play the Oklahoma Sooners at Spokane Arena on November 8th, tipping off the 2025-26 men's basketball season. The Zags will play their 22nd game in the arena. They've won their last 6, including destroying fellow Big 12 opponent Baylor, which is a lot of fun. That opened last season. GU is 3-1 against the Sooners all time. They last played and beat them in the 2021 NCAA tournament, which was fondly remembered for a lot of reasons, except, well, the ending. Officially go on sale for tickets August 22nd. So the Zags love their Big 12 games. They played them more than any other non-conference group last year, and they rematched Baylor and Arizona State already. That trend is going up. Not my TCU Horned Frogs, though.
Years ago, the Zags and Oklahoma played in the arena, and a guy named Tiny Gallon broke the backboard. And it was like a 60-minute delay while they had to replace the backboard in the arena.
It's been a minute since we've seen a backboard shot.
I need to see the video of that.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
Your Wednesday forecast, temperatures almost 15 degrees below average tomorrow with the hope for some rain. More on the way for Thursday. I'll explain in your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Warner Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett continues to be an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino on Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Summer's heating up, but your home doesn't have to. During Mainstream's No Sweat Summer Sales event, it's easier than ever to upgrade your comfort with the best financing offer of the year. For a limited time, enjoy 6 months, no payments, no interest on new AC systems. Stay cool, save big, worry less. Call Mainstream today or visit mainstreamhomeservices.com to take advantage of this amazing offer. Cooler air is just a click or call away. Don't sweat it. Mainstream has you covered.
It started with a drive down 8th Avenue.
Wow, what is this place?
A permanent year-round market rooted in sustainability, equity, and community. BECU stepped in with trust-based philanthropy and a commitment to the community.
Our partnership with Scale House is helping our members, it's helping our community grow, thrive, get access to food.
From arts to agriculture, Scale House Market is a place where people grow together.
For over 25 years, Dr. Arvind Chaudhry and Summit Cancer Centers has remained true to 3 core values. 25 years of coming together to develop the most complete and personalized treatment plans available. 25 years of providing the most advanced treatments and non-invasive radiosurgery in the country. 25 years of taking you on a healing journey from diagnosis to recovery.
And we are not stopping there. We will continue to offer the most comprehensive cancer treatment in the Northwest.
Summit Cancer Centers. Integrated, innovative, inspired.
Custom is more than choosing from a few fabric options. With our custom upholstery, you get control over almost every detail, so you can design a piece that's perfect for you. From the style of the arms and legs to the cushion type and pillow shape. Perfect style, perfect comfort, created for you. The Custom Comfort Event. Get 30% off store-wide at the Tin Roof.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Missisquoi.com.
All right, welcome back. We've had some cooler weather lately, and that trend is going to continue for at least a little bit.
Yeah, cooler for the hottest time of the year.
Yes, it's all relative. Normally, we would be thinking this was quite warm, but we are still in the hottest time of the year. Temperatures today were in the 80s, but about 5 degrees below average. We're going to be about 15 degrees below average tomorrow. Right now, 82 in Spokane, 84 in Coeur d'Alene. We're looking west over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena and been watching these clouds moving in. They're not going to be producing any precipitation. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. They are just moving on through. We'll be clearing out a little bit later tonight, but the next round of clouds that come in tomorrow may bring us some light precipitation. 4 things to know about your weather. Showers possible on Wednesday, a better chance of rain on Thursday morning, and that does come along with the chance of some thunderstorms. High temperatures for the next couple of days will be in the mid-70s, and we begin warming up and drying out heading into a sunny weekend. These summer weekends, there are not very many of them left. Wednesday's precipitation chance, there's at least the chance of a sprinkle or two all day long. Things do increase in the afternoon, and then as we get into late Wednesday night, better chance of some precipitation into early Thursday morning, and that may come along with some thunderstorms. Here's what's happening with our weather pattern. Today we've had this ridge of high pressure, a transient ridge. It's just passing through. This area of low pressure, however, is going to be impacting our weather for a couple of days as it works its way down. We're picking up some moisture for Wednesday, more on the way for Thursday, and that may provide just the lift we need for some thunderstorms. Definitely favored over the mountain areas and to the central panhandle down through the LC Valley. Those are the best chance to see that thunderstorm activity. We're also going to get that nice dip in temperatures taking us down into the 70s, mid-70s for a couple of days. A little bit warmer Friday, then we're back up to average around Saturday, and then warmer than average for Sunday through the beginning of next week. Still some 90s to be had in case you were thinking that summer was wrapping up for the next couple of days as we cool down into the 70s, and then we dry out. See some sunshine, some pretty summer weather ahead. Overnight lows will be down in the 50s at least for the next several nights. A little bit warmer once we start getting back up into those 90s early next week, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, NASA wants the United States to be the first nation to put a nuclear reactor on the moon. Acting NASA Administrator Sean Duffy has directed the space agency to fast-track plans to do just that.
We are in a race. We're in a race to the moon, in a race with China to the moon, and to have a base on the moon, we need energy. Energy is important, and if we're going to be able to sustain life on the moon to then go to Mars, this technology is critically important.
Duffy says China and Russia are working on plans to put a reactor on the moon in a joint project by the mid-2030s. NASA's Artemis 3 mission is currently planned for 2027. It's expected to return humans to the surface of the moon for the first time in more than 5 decades.
Back here on Earth, some airports are trying out some new ways to make flying with little ones a little less stressful. ABC's Rhiannon Alley shows us a program designed to help families breeze through security.
A new option for families on the move. A Southern California airport is the latest to adopt family-friendly security changes in a push to make travel less stressful for people flying with kids.
What we're seeing is an expedited process for the families, but then you're also seeing that our normal lines are going a little bit quicker too because there's not any holdup with having to check children.
The TSA's new Families on the Fly campaign is geared towards groups traveling with kids 12 and under and creates dedicated security lanes for families, discounts on TSA PreCheck, and a dedicated PreCheck security line for military families. The program, which saw a limited launch in July, is now expanding to include major vacation destinations like Orlando, Orange County, California, and Honolulu, as well as other cities in Florida, North Carolina, and Puerto Rico. It's the second big change to TSA policy this summer. Last month, airports did away with forcing passengers to take off their shoes at security. And now Homeland Security says it's looking for other ways to streamline the process, including eliminating the 3-ounce limit on liquids.
We will be piloting several different security checkpoints across the nation at different airports that will allow individuals to come in through a security checkpoint and maybe not even have to interact with officers at all.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
All right, as we head to our final timeout, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
We repurpose a lot of the junk we haul away. The recyclables are recycled, and the donatables are donated to a family who needs them.
We have enough trucks that we can come the same day you call us.
1-800-GOT-JUNK helps your neighbors, our planet, and you.
Backed by popular demand, it's a 48-hour sale at Findlay Honda Spokane.
Where you get to save thousands on all new and used vehicles and pay what our Findlay Honda Spokane employees pay. This week on 3rd Street, downtown Spokane.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Ever since Emmy got a new mattress from Denver Mattress, her math scores are through the roof. And Billy, nothing but the best sleep thanks to Denver Mattress. And now he's undefeated, 228-0. And during the back-to-school sale, setting up your star student for success is simple. Buy any Denver Mattress brand mattress and get a second half off. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Add superior sleep to your student supply list during the back-to-school sale only at Denver Mattress.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for Best in Class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
We repurpose a lot of the junk we haul away. The recyclables are recycled, and the donatables are donated to a family who needs them.
We have enough trucks that we can come the same day you call us.
1-800-GOT-JUNK helps your neighbors, our planet, and you.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, we're expecting the first round of primary election results in just over an hour from now. We'll break down the results on important measures like the aquifer protection vote and a sales tax increase in Spokane Valley tonight at 11.
Your planning forecast, plan on some showers Wednesday, a better chance of wet weather on Thursday. Highs in the 70s for the next few days.
Which is my favorite temperature, so can't complain, right?
Enjoy it while you can before it warms back up, right?
Yes. It's going to be a lot hotter later. More like summertime. Do you like the 70s?
I do. It's nice, but it's too dry here for me.
That's why I asked Jack.
All right, thanks for being with us. We'll see you at 11 for Nightside.